According to the United Nations, the term genocide was created in 1944 by Polish lawyer Raphael Lemkin, partly in an attempt to codify the Nazi slaughter of the many groups of people they killed during World War II. The term genocide is defined as the systematic killing or harming of a group of people based on national, religious, ethnic, or racial characteristics with the intention of destroying the group. While genocides have occurred in every populated continent in the world, today genocide is more prevalent in politically and economically unstable nations. Recently, there has been a movement on social media to bring awareness to the genocides occurring in Sudan. The problems in Sudan began after its dictator of 30 years was ousted after mass protests. However, he was soon replaced by military rule, which has led to mass killings of protesters seeking democracy. Other ongoing genocides include the slaughter of Rohingya Muslims in Burma/Myanmar, which is so far estimated to have resulted in over 3,000 deaths, and South Sudan, which became the world's newest country in 2011. The Dinka ethnic group, which is the group in power, has been accused of perpetrating genocide against the Nuer people, a rival group. The Chinese government has also been accused recently of committing genocide against its Uyghur Muslim citizens. The picture in the background is President Obama and President Medvedev of Russia signing the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. Similarly, following the horrors of World War II and the Holocaust, the Genocide Convention was ratified by the UN General Assembly on December 9, 1948, marking the first human rights treaty of the United Nations. Under the treaty, states are obligated not to commit genocide, to prevent genocide even in foreign territories, and to try and to punish the perpetrators of said genocide and create legislation to further prevent it. The general purpose of the Genocide Convention was to prevent the atrocities, mainly like the Holocaust, that occurred in the Second World War from ever occurring again. By this time, most states had adopted the philosophy of never again with regards to the many horrors of the war. Most states in the world have ratified and signed the Genocide Conventions. The Dominican Republic remains the only state who has signed but not ratified the treaty. Of the 43 states who have neither signed nor ratified the treaty, most are poor or periphery nations, such as Sierra Leone and Indonesia. While it's difficult, if not impossible, to compare the recent years to centuries past in terms of genocide, the trend since the Genocide Convention has been one of decreasing deaths by genocide. While clearly it's still a problem, many scholars believe that genocide is on the decline. Many critics of the Genocide Convention point out that the treaty does little to ensure that states intervene in cases of genocide. One of the reasons for this is that genocide is rarely classified as such, leading the world to ignore the atrocities, writing it off as civil war, as was the case with the Rwandan genocide. Other genocides, such as the ones that occurred in East Timor in 1971 and the Darfur region of Sudan in the 2000s, were met with no international attempt to prevent or cease the genocides. One success of the treaty, however, has been increased public knowledge and disapproval of genocide tactics. The public perception since the treaty has become that genocide is an unacceptable human rights abuse. As evidenced by the Nuremberg trials and the ad hoc tribunals created to deal with the Yugoslavian and Rwandan genocides, the world is beginning to treat genocide seriously. Also in 1998, the International Criminal Court established the Rome Statute to punish perpetrators of genocide. However, the court often remains silent and inactive. Overall, the shift in public opinion has caused worldwide genocides to decrease. However, without action by the UN or ICC, it is unlikely that it will ever be completely eradicated.